Hi everyone, this might be one of my best videos about symbolism in a long time, so let's get underway. And first of all, we have Uma Thurman, who represents the Rev 12 woman, or the Revelation 12 woman, if you like. See how she's wearing white for heaven? And see how it says, Kill Bill. Well, basically, in Doctor Who, they killed Bill at Christmas because remember, David Bradley, he played the first Doctor um, in Twice Upon a Time, but he also played William Hartnell in an Adventure in Space and Time. So yeah, when the Doctor dies and he regenerates into the second Doctor, Patrick Troughton, um, yeah, it's almost like they're killing Bill off. They're killing Billy Hartnell off. See? So, Cloverfield paradox. The particle accelerator machine that they used in this film, it represents just like the Hadron Collider. Because basically, it's about realities colliding. Two different realities colliding. And that is what the Illuminati and Freemasons are trying to do in real life. They're trying to make realities and dimensions collide with each other to create chaos. Because from chaos comes order, a new world order to be exact. So they had a lot of things about the Bible in this movie, where they were even praying at one point in the film. See, it came out on the 4th of February for the 4th Asia that we're in at the moment. So, now one of our teammates, Alex Langland, has made this brilliant video about Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence represents the Rev 12 woman as well. And apparently she came over the intercom in a certain plane that she was in. And she said, "Fly, eagles, fly," because it's got to do with the eagle mentioned in Revelation 12. That's what the symbolism is showing. So yeah, her saying that is symbolism.
Has shown symbolism many times throughout her career.
So, see how it says mother? Because she is Mother Earth, another name for the Rev 12 woman. See how it says Black Swan as well? Just like there was a Black Swan film with Natalie Portman, another person who represents the Rev 12 woman. So, even this, Chris Evans, he plays Captain America. He represents Jesus. We have the dog for the end of the time of the dog and the end of the time of grace and mercy. And then see this tweet right here? It says, "Thanks for another unbelievable season, Patriots. Congrats to the Eagles. Well deserved." See, just like how Captain America is basically a patriot. And see how it mentions the Eagles again, just like the eagle in Revelation 12? Because Jesus is on the side of the Rev 12 woman. He's on the side of the Eagles, see? So, like, Jesus and the dogs will take us to heaven at the end times. Like, so see this one film that's coming out in March? It's called Red Sparrow. And guess what? It stars Jennifer Lawrence. Now, this is basically about Russians. And so is this Americans program. So this Americans program is about Russians, and so is this Red Sparrow film. See how this film is coming out in March, but see how the new season of the Americans is also coming out in March. See? So that's two things so far, showing about the symbolism of Russia in March of this year. Now we have a third thing, this Russian presidential election. See, it happens to take place in March. Is it because it's to do with the March of the Russians? I don't know. But, like, all of these, like, films and TV shows, they show symbolism of Russia rising up because Russia is rising up in real life. And that's why you even have, like, Putin appearing on these Economist covers, see? These magazine covers right here. See, like, even this, like, UFO might show up as a great deception or something. Who knows? But we know that the Nazis were developing, like, crabs that resembled UFOs, so maybe Russia's doing the same thing. Who knows? But, see, 65 episodes of The Americans have aired. There's the 5 for the 5th age. There's the 6 for the 6th age, which is Jesus' golden age. See how in 2018, the 6th season of The Americans will air. Again, the 6th for the 6th age. And also 666 as well. Which is basically the number of the Antichrist and Satan. The red of Russia, the red of Satan. See, perfect. So, Jennifer Lawrence is also in this X-Men Dark Phoenix movie that is also coming out this year. So, I would imagine Jennifer Lawrence is in more than 2 movies this year because she needs to pay the bills and because she's such a popular actress. I mean, it's also got to do with her sexiness as well. But anyway, Sophie Turner, she's another person who represents the Rev 12 woman. So, if we go back to this Red Sparrow poster, you see the name Matthias there? Just like Matthias is the villain in the Tomb Raider movie. That also happens to be coming out in March. So he's the Satan character. See the V for the 5th age in his name? And then Matthias starts M-A, just like March starts M-A. But if that's not enough symbolism for you, we have even more symbolism. There was also stuff to do with Russians and Soviets in the Tomb Raider video games as well. Like, primarily the Rise of the Tomb Raider video game, where we even have Russian zombies in that game. So, yeah, I mean, even if we look at this Release the Hounds TV show, see how it's episode 5 for the 5th age? But it's series 4 for the 4th age. See, Dawn, just like the Dawn of the New Age, and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And then Ward, just like Grant Ward out of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and even that Ward guy out of Iron Fist as well. And then there's the Hounds for the end of the Time of the Dark, see? Perfect. These wives represent the Rev 12 woman. Or they could represent Jesus' wife. Because I'm not sure if the Rev 12 woman and Jesus' wife are the same person or not. In this Release the Hounds TV show, they had clowns in this episode, which basically represents just like Stephen King's It. And even this guy right here as well. So, he represents just like your Joker or your Jerome in Gotham. So, there's the eagle there, and then there's rumours that Overlord movie that's supposed to be coming out in October of this year is actually Cloverfield 4. And apparently there's rumours that there might be Nazi zombies in that film. So that represents like the dead rising in real life. Because that's apparently what's going to happen at the end of days. Because there's going to be like a virus or bacteria infection type thing. See how this is all one massive trick? They're pretending they're on the side of the blue. They're pretending they're Americans, but they're really on the side of the red. They're really Russians. That's why Elizabeth even has red lipstick. So, Lara Croft, Alicia Vikander, she represents the Rev 12 women as well. So, let's recap. 3 things to do with Russia in March. The Russian presidential election, the final season of The Americans, and, of course, this Red Sparrow movie. And, yeah, even, this Jennifer Lawrence character, in the film, she seems to be trained in a very similar way to Black Widow out of Avengers. And even, Elizabeth out of The Americans as well. I mean, I think it's, like, even got to do with ballet as well, because I think all 3 of those characters had something to do with ballet. I might be wrong. It might be just 2 of those characters, but you know, I'm not perfect. I can't remember every exact detail. But I think there was even a character in Agent Carter who was a villain, a female villain, and she was trained in a very similar way to how this Jennifer Lawrence character in this film is going to be trained. That you'll see her getting trained in a specific way by a specific person or specific people. And I bet those people are Russian. Or that person is Russian. A lot of Rev 12 woman characters have the name Jennifer. Because Jennifer Connelly is another person who represents the Rev 12 women. So, here is the thing that completes the symbolism. This Release the Hounds episode, it says Soviet Joke Factory. And we know that Soviets have got to do with Russia. It's like they're almost brainwashing us into thinking that Russia is our enemy. That's what they've done for such a long time now. Even in the James Bond films, they did that. Like, because they want us to go to war with them, but we shouldn't. We should be friends with them. But, you know, I know they've hacked us and all of that business, but I bet we've hacked them as well.